While language is being destroyed, let's get into it.
Republicans locally and across the country have been railing on Governor Tony Evers' desire to make some parts of state law gender neutral. Evers proposed changes to a section of state law
What?
about artificial insemination. Husband
What? What? If, with the spouse's consent, a person is inseminated artificially. Wait. Okay, no, we're gonna read it normally. If under the supervision of a licensed physician and with the spouse's consent of her husband, a wife person is inseminated artificially as provided in par with semen donated by a man person who is not dude. So we're just guys, they're not men or women. They're just, they're just A and B. Dude, games, I'm tired of games. If I see another game with A and B with a fucking body type, I'm gonna crash out. Like dead ass. Like this reminds me of that stuff, bro. Oh,
man, mother, and father would be replaced with terms like person, spouse, and inseminated person.
Why? Who asked for this? Did anyone ask for this?
yeah,
Ironically,
literally.
this is
Why?
coming from the establishment left because I couldn't think of anything more misogynistic than calling a woman an inseminated person.
Yeah.
All my time in and around politics.
No, imagine that. Yo, you're just no, you're not a woman. You're just an inseminated person. No, not W. Yeah. Fuck.
This is probably the dumbest proposal that I've seen. If I called my mother an inseminated person, she'd probably slap me.
Hmm.
Right. Inseminated person sounds like what you would call livestock or cattle. It's
Yeah,
dehumanizing.
it's
I mean,
dehumanizing.
this is so ironically
Like,
prejudiced based
to an extreme level, even I would say that is insane. I think that is worse than calling. I think that's no, not more. That's no, it's not worse. I think that's like equivalent to calling your mother a B word. You feel me?
based on what the establishment left traditionally finds offensive, that it reminds me of the movie Black Panther, which is supposed to be like the DEI superhero movie where they're like, we're finally being represented. But the writers take a super advanced culture of African
And this could have been, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like the second movie that much. This could have been such a good movie though. Like the first one was okay. Like um, Infinity War was actually good too in Endgame, but after that,
Americans and have them live in huts, throw spears, make gorilla noises.
no, I liked it. I liked it though. It was funny.
The main character gets his power from purple Kool-Aid, and at the end, when they go to a black neighborhood
Purple Kool-Aid.
to share their technology, the first impulse of the young black characters is to steal it and take it to a chop shop.
Man, what the hell is that? That's like a Bugatti spaceship. Bro, it came out of nowhere. Did y'all see that? Hey, look, we can break it apart. We can sell it on eBay.
Like, they're trolling, right? I couldn't believe
No, I messed with it, dude. Those were okay. That was actually a good movie in my opinion. I didn't like the second one that much, but I think it was still somewhat okay. Like I love the songs in the movie though. That's for sure. But
that this stuff was in the movie. So this whole calling mothers an inseminated person is just more of that. They spend 5 decades arguing that stuff like this is demeaning to women, and yet
wait. What did that say? In an interview filmed in 2012, author and activist Alice Walker argues that it's not especially troubling when women refer themselves as guys because it represents a fear of being feminine. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I see you guys all the time to mean both. In fact, I call a lot of my female friends homeboy. Do I got problems? Is that like a problem? I'll change that if that's a problem. I
this is
didn't.
demeaning to women, and yet now they do everything they can to create a language and culture that demeans women.
Evers wants to change other parts of state law as well. One state Republican lawmaker counting at least 30 times mother is replaced with a gender neutral term, father subbed out more than 120 times.
So this all seems kind of strange. Legislators changing common words and
Hell no.
concepts that have been in language since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And I think that certainly anyone who's read the book or seen the movie in 1984 knows that authoritarian forces will purposefully try to scramble the language, but there isn't a lot of discussion around why specifically that's being done and how it causes people to respond.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first was watching this video, like when I first looked at the title, I thought they were talking about like like how a lot of parts in America just straight up don't speak English. Which, in my opinion, I think that's a problem. But I see that's not what they're talking about. This is definitely different. This is definitely. I think this is just retarded in all like all points. Like how do you even why are you replacing the mother and father for like what
I feel
what
like that's
what?
important because people only seem to understand this on a basic level. For example, I think most people who have spent more than 5 seconds paying attention to culture over the past few years can figure out that the reason the governor of Wisconsin gives for why he wants to change the word mother to inseminated person is a lie.
We're working for the families in Wisconsin, especially those that are receiving IVF services.
Oh yeah.
And making sure that we can make certain that mom is able to get the services she deserves.
Oh yeah, for real, for real. Okay, is it just me or does that guy's eyes look soulless? Like straight soulless. It's crazy.
And making sure that we can make certain that mom is able to get the services she deserves.
I'm not
No,
going to
I feel him. And honestly, like he's telling the truth, guys. For real, for real. Just like collectors shout, just wanting to protect children. For censoring content and stuff like that, even though it's the like mother and father's job. Oh, sorry, intimidated bit. I'm not using that word. No, no fucking way. I'm using that word. It's the mother and father's job to protect what their children see on the internet. Not a stupid company. But no, no. The UK is just trying to protect children. Let the shouts just trying to protect children. Yeah, just great. It's a good time. Yeah, sir.
pretend to be a lawyer
They're
here,
not trying to control anything or anything.
but assuming
Trust.
that the term mother does not include in vitro, which seems untrue, then I'm sure there are a bunch of different ways to include in vitro without replacing the word mother.
Yeah.
This is obvious gaslighting, and I don't think that it takes much brain power to figure out that the real reason they want to say inseminated person instead of mother is because they want to say that men can get pregnant without identifying them as trans.
Mhm.
So I think people get this on a basic level, but what I don't see a lot of is understanding of the more under the surface reasons for why these grifters will cling to these changes that nobody wants and call everyone who criticizes them liars.
You can count on this being, something that the Republicans are becoming very good at, and that is lying.
That's how you know they're
Yeah,
full of
you're the liars. Looking at these videos, bro, I'm curious. Like, am I a Republican? Am I right wing or whatever? I don't like the term right wing and left wing because there's probably stuff on both points that I probably I probably agree with and disagree with. Just looking at it, so I just don't like using those terms for myself. But like, I truly don't know. I think these people would probably call me a right wing at this point. I I couldn't tell you.
shit when they start blaming the other party instead of addressing the issue, because the reality is that all of you are assholes.
I also find
Yeah.
it rich that all of the sudden the other side has some problem with successful businessmen being involved in politics whenever you guys are the party of George Soros, of Bill and Melinda Gates, of Sheryl Sandberg, of Mackenzie Bezos, of Taylor Swift, of so many other billionaires across the country, as well as every woke, weird pervert in Hollywood. I find this incredibly disingenuous.
I've lived long enough to see that politics doesn't really attract a lot
Also,
of
wasn't the
honest-
same? I might be wrong, but wasn't it also with Billie Eilish and Billie Eilish got canceled? What did Billie Eilish get canceled for? Because apparently she was seen as a quote unquote racist. What was she canceled for? I don't know. I feel like these niggas just make stuff up for no reason. They just want drama. They just want to find problems in the world like in America when there's no problems yet that they see. I don't know.
people. Both sides have some shit going on, which is really frustrating because it makes it hard to champion the people who represent your beliefs.
Yeah.
The point is that anyone who is a good speaker or a good
Oh wait, was it actually like proven that he was a child predator? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, because I always questioned why this guy just stopped like everything. I didn't know anything about Andrew Tate or something. Some of his points were good, but the way he said it, like his execution, I didn't like. And then like, you know, um, some of the stuff was really bad, in my opinion. But it's alright.
The point is that anyone who is a good speaker or a good writer knows that words have meaning beyond their dictionary definition. Each word or phrase has a specific emotion attached to it, and if you want to be an effective communicator, then
Mhm.
you have to understand the emotions that different people are going to feel when you use certain words. Otherwise, they won't listen to you or follow your cause, and this is a part of the reason why words are being messed with and changed. Politicians certainly know the importance of the emotion behind a word, which is why they use the same 5 buzzwords over and over again to rile up their voter base. When you say things like abortion, hate speech, universal health care, Nazi, the Constitution, social
Misogynist.
justice, or traditional values, they
Yeah.
evoke certain memories and emotions in people. When you say the word mother, you might get a warm feeling, you might get the feeling that it's someone who cares about you, or you might remember a good experience that you had with your mom. The term inseminated person feels cold, disgusting, and emotionless in kind of a scientific and descriptive sort of way. Like I said, it's
Dystopian.
dehumanizing, and
It feels dystopian to me. That's what it feels
things
like.
tend to come after people using dehumanizing language. So not only are these 1984 style word games designed to strip emotions from words or make them more inconvenient to say by adding 4 additional syllables to a 2-syllable concept, but also the people who play these games will add emotions to previously meaningless terms like diversity and inclusion,
Yep.
which have a lot more to
Dude, there needs to stop being games just for diversity. I am so tired of feminism having a huge role in games and just being like, "Oh, guys, we're making all this diverse and everything," and then the game is shit. Listen. You can do all this diverse stuff or whatever, but at least make the game good, please. Like at least make it good. And at least like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there needs to be at least one attractive character in the game. Unless if it's like a like horror or like I guess like grueling experience type game, then I guess not. But like, bro, Concord, Concord, really? That's what you had for the game. $500 million down the drain because you wanted to do this diverse type stuff. Really, really? Yeah, okay. And the game looks so like washed out and like fucking plasticky to me. $500 million. Like where'd the money go? Where'd the money go? Did you just make a really good game and then you just scrapped it all and then after you made this game in like 6 months or something with a team that you could literally convince me that you did that and I would believe you because like Concord, if you know anything about dude, that shit was terrible. Like holy crap, I don't even know what to say about like so bad. It's just so bad. That's why Marvel Rivals washed it out of the like completely not even compare like up in the heavens compared to this stupid game. Like holy crap. Yeah, Concord. Yeah, great game. Yeah. So stupid. And I'm pretty sure like the people that bought it because I'm pretty sure it was a paid game unless if I'm thinking of a different game. Um they literally got refunds from Steam because it was so bad. Yeah, okay.
do with excluding people so you can surround yourself with only those who agree with you, and that makes everyone more accepting of things like this.
It's very dangerous, Chuck, because a lot of what you're seeing as attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Quite possibly
Attacks
the
on
most
science?
unscientific opinion that I've
You doing all this because of science? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I feel you.
ever heard.
What are the ways you can clearly see that something is a psyop? First, you're not allowed to question anything.
And Fauci so often contradicted himself during COVID that one of his cronies actually fought to make it a crime to criticize him.
Every single clip I've seen from Joe Rogan, I love Joe Rogan, bro. Just from the clips I've seen of him. No, he might. I don't know if he's done anything else or whatever, but he seems like a pretty cool guy.
There's a local doctor who's become a household name. He's been urging people to get COVID vaccines, and he's also developing vaccines. We're talking about this man right here, Dr. Peter Hotez. And because of his fame, he's also a frequent target for critics. But should that vaccine criticism or outright threats be classified as a hate crime? Dr. Hotez thinks that option should be on the table.
The right words were so harmful to these people.
What? Criticism is seen as a hate crime now? What? Wait, what? Yeah, okay.
We're going to try to put you in jail for angry emails. And you can see why, because Fauci and his group of cronies were essentially committing treason in 2020. And one of the ways evil people hide doing evil things is by taking simple ideas and needlessly making them more complex.
Really intelligent people have the capacity to explain things that might seem complex in a very simple way.
Yeah.
Smart people make complex ideas simple, stupid people make simple ideas complex, and dishonest people make simple ideas more complex on purpose.
Yeah.
For example, we have two
No,
basic.
I don't agree with I feel like intelligent people can make. No, no, no. He's right about that in a way. I feel like, yeah, really intelligent people make it simple if they're smart, if they're wise, if they're wise. Okay, yeah, that's the better word. They can have a lot of knowledge and just say stuff that is intelligent and be right. But I feel like if they have wisdom with knowledge, then they know to make it very simplified. Yeah. So
basic concepts, male and female. Easy, right?
yeah.
Except not anymore, because now there are like 1,000 genders that are being thrust upon children who aren't even old enough to count.
This is Ari, Gwendolyn, and Brinifer. They are in a polyamorous.
Oh my god. Do I have to say why polyamory is a problem? Do I have to say that? Do I have to do I have to say that?
Relationship, and they all parent Hazel and Sparrow.
We have a 2-year-old antigender baby and a 10-year-old who is non-binary.
Nobody knows what.
This hurts my head. This just hurts my head. Actually hurts my head. What the fuck? What?
What that means. Certainly, the children don't actually know these concepts well enough to understand the consequences of their choices. And the issue with confusing children about their sexual identity is that it's very likely to rob them of healthy relationships from mentally stable people who don't require that someone memorize 30 different awkward pronouns before they talk to them.
These polyamorous parents let their children choose their gender.
They're antigender, but...
What'd you just say? I wanted to react just now. What the fuck? What?
Let their children choose their gender.
They're antigender.
Hey, can anyone in the comments tell me what the hell antigender means? No, I'm actually looking this up. Give me a second. Antigender? What does that mean? What does that mean? Bro, what the hell does that mean? Oh, she means anti-gender. Oh. Okay. Which is basically just formless gender is essentially what it is. Antigender is a protean gender which has the potential to be anything but is formless and motionless, and therefore does not manifest as any particular gender. Can we go back to when gender and sex meant the same thing? And when XX and XY chromosomes were common knowledge to distinguish if you're a woman or a man, please? That'd be pretty cool, in my opinion. I'll be no?
But we're using they, them pronouns. Sure, they have anatomy, we understand it, but...
This person looks like that one trans influencer, by the way. I can't get it out of my head. This person? That one trans influencer that literally was quote-unquote trans, but looked like a guy, and, oh. Honestly, they might be. And also literally sound like a guy, and yet, they got mad when they literally were pronouns or whatever. Oh, you think if you couldn't see this horror? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Anyways, yeah, you couldn't see the horror. I'm sorry. This is the person I was talking about. Yeah, this person. If you know what influencer I'm talking about, yeah, you know. If you don't know somehow, you are so blessed. Do not go look it up. You are so blessed. You are beyond blessed. And I truly hope you have an amazing life and amazing, prosperity for yourself and everything. Because holy crap. This person themselves. What? Let me phrase that. Someone that looked like this person, I don't know if this is the same person. But someone that looked like this person genuinely hurt my head. They wanted to go in, women's restrooms in Disney parks that have children, in it, just because they identified as a woman. when they're a biological man. I don't really know. I don't really think I have to say why that's a problem. In my opinion, at least. Now, if you want to have like transgender restrooms, I'm cool with that. You know what? You can do that. You can do that all you want. Um, sure, but like I don't know. Doing this, I don't think.
We're using they, them pronouns. Sure, they have anatomy, we understand it, but like that's not indicative of their identity. It's something that
Yeah.
Sparrow.
So oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How old do you think they have to be to learn stuff like this? Like how old? Because you saw that person was 10 years old back over here. You saw that person was 10 years old, yet they identify as a non-binary person. So how old do you think they teach them to actually think, oh yeah, mommy, I'm non-binary. I'm like how old do you think they teach them? Do you think they teach them like at 7, 6, like you feel like just
Sparrow's
weird.
gonna have to figure out, and
Also, again, I don't know if I said this in my last video or this video, but it is insanely weird to teach someone about sexuality as a child, in my opinion. Uh they can learn about it maybe when they're like 16 and stuff like that, because then they're like close to adulthood and everything. But it's just weird to, you know.
then tell us before we can tell anyone else.
Particularly because it's, something that our parents did and they got it wrong.
Right. Just because you decided differently means that we need to change a process that is correct for over 99% of people.
But it's just not a. This woman takes care of a woman, like, of their hair like a man. It's just not a woman? Wait. I mean, it's just not a man? Sorry.
And they got it wrong.
I meant to go. Wait. Is it here? It showed, like, all their pronouns somewhere over here.
Parents, let their children choose their gender.
Sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry.
It's not indicative.
I'm just really curious.
It's something that Sparrow's gonna have to figure out and then tell us before we can tell anyone else.
Particularly because
Doesn't show it there? Alright, it's whatever. It's
something that our parents did and they got it wrong.
Right. Just because you decided differently means that we need to change a process that is correct for over 99% of people. Not only that, but instead of having the incredibly small number of outliers who don't end up identifying with their biological sex find out how to adapt in their own way, we all now have to disrupt a ton of different processes when it comes to how we interact with people and change all of our policies on how we teach kids. But
teaching gender identity. Kindergarten. 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 It's not even the first grade yet. It's kindergarten. Well, I guess this is the first grade. Well, you get my point, though. No, actually, no, it's not, because pre-K, kindergarten, and the first grade. Yeah, kindergarten. Teaching gender identity in kindergarten. Can I just say my 6-year-old came home from kindergarten telling me he identifies as a girl because he likes pretty things. Because he's learning about gender identity in class. Really? Really? I'm not judging the comment or anything to do with what the statement actually means, but honestly, I don't think he really understands exactly what that means yet. I just find it interesting. Knowing my kid and what he has been exposed to this far, I don't think he understands gender differences enough to identify as anything but a 6-year-old. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Another person that has common sense. Oh my gosh. Thank you. God. I guarantee he doesn't and this was 2 years ago. So imagine right now. Do they learn about this in pre-K? Imagine that. Like, I guarantee he doesn't identify as any gender right now, but that's just my own observational opinion, and is very moldable by suggestion right now. Exactly. Just reminded me of it while reading this thread. Children learn information like a sponge. No, even more absorb it. Like, they absorb it even more, I feel like, than a sponge. So if they learn about something like bro, because they like, dude, because he likes pretty things. Guys, I like pink and purple. Like I like those are literally probably purple is my favorite color. And I like all like dark purple and light purple. Since I like light purple, right? Does that make me a woman? Does that mean I should identify as a girl? Chat, chat. If I've questioned to dress up in what could be deemed as girly clothing or whatever, does that make me a woman? Does that deem me as a woman? Really? Oh yeah? Oh okay. My
By
bad.
telling you
I
that a
didn't know.
guy can
I
be
didn't
a
know.
girl and a girl can
I
be a
apologize.
guy, biologically, not socially,
Maybe
biologically.
I'm the stupid one.
Seriously, basically everyone was fine with transgender people, and nobody had a problem with them.
Yeah, this is the person I was talking about. That reminded me of it, by the way. Is that the same person as that? No, I don't think so. Well, is it? This person just looks like they have less makeup than this person. I can't
Until they
tell.
started going after children, and until they started insisting that everyone be forced to cater to them. And again, it's not.
By the way, this person to me, except for the red lipstick, this person looks like a man. Like they have the features of a man. They sound like a man that is gay. I'm just gonna call them a man, bro. Like, if dude, every single time you meet someone, do you have to be like, what pronouns do you go by? I would really like to know what pronouns you go by because I don't wanna offend you or anything. I don't wanna offend you or anything. Are we serious right now? That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Right. Really? Yeah. Okay.
It's not just about the difference between the words sex and gender. Oh, they mean different things. Sex is your biology, and gender is how you choose to identify.
There shouldn't
Bullshit.
be different
These
things.
terms have always been interchangeable to be congruent with biological reality.
Thank you.
And if they're going to say that sex is different from gender, then why do so many of them care what sex is on their passport?
I applied for a passport earlier this month.
And also, we should simply just only have it at sex at this point. Too. I think we should just go back to the term sex probably then, if that's how it is. Listen, you can you can do all this nonsense, and honestly, I might call you a woman or whatever, okay? But at the end of the day, you're not a woman. Just don't touch women's bathrooms, okay? Please? Alright, pretty cool. Yeah. God. And the same, and vice versa, by the way. If you're a trans man, I don't think you should touch men's restrooms either, especially if it's like in a very public place, because that could have children in it too. And I just don't like trust that shit. You feel me? But obviously it's different. For a man, I guess. So you know,
And this is how it's going so far.
again, if they want to have their own restrooms, by all means. Honestly, fuck it. But I just don't want to have delusion in the restrooms. Please. Great. I swear I'm gonna be transphobic for that. Like, listen. I can call you. I can go by your pronouns or whatever. Okay. Or okay. Is it transphobic to call a trans woman they, or just use their name? Because listen, I don't want to use he because that offends them. But as a Catholic, I don't also want to use she. But so I want to use they because it's gender neutral, or like, their name. But the thing with me is I'm terrible at names. I mean terrible at names, and that means I have to get better at names. Which honestly, that's fair. That's a flaw in me that I should be able to do that. But yeah, is that like do I have to say they're a she? Like, that'd be really helpful to know.
Not great. Basically, they were saying that my gender marker that I was requesting was not what was matching my biological sex at birth, which is a very inaccurate elementary way of.
Oh yeah. Just a question. So to me, this looks like a woman. Um, just looking at them, him, her. One of those is correct. Um, Are they trying to say they're a guy? Him? I don't know.
Looking at gender and sex.
In the past week or so, I've seen at least 10 videos or articles about people crashing out because their biological sex was accurately put on their passport.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be a problem, right? Because the passport says sex, not gender. I thought these people only cared about gender. And God forbid that person goes to the doctor and they start getting treated for the...
Yeah. And also, like, if you listen, at least in my opinion, if you're getting upset by pronouns and stuff, when you very clearly look like a guy but identify as a woman, I feel like you're low-key mentally insane. You feel me? Is that just me? That might just be me. I don't know.
for the wrong disease because they told the doctor the wrong biological sex. So it's not just about the difference between gender and sex. This is about blurring the lines and expanding the definition of the term biological sex to try to bend reality and get people to accept shit like this. Contrary to this ad, most women are not accepting of this. If the average picture is worth 1,000 words, then this picture of a biological male being ousted by the biological woman is worth 10,000 words.
But guys, I'm a trans woman. I'm a woman. Come on, guys. I'm assuming this is swimming, bro. So yeah, of course, yeah, it's swimming. Dude, swimming has such a big advantage, yeah, with bro. Anything physical, but guys, come on, like what? I'm a
Women are
national
not
champion,
okay
of
with their hard
course.
work being ruined by cheaters, and no amount of gaslighting or avoiding taking a stance from popular public figures is going to change that.
This is in Scientific American. Yeah. Less than a year ago. Inequity between male and female athletes is a result not of inherent biological differences between the sexes, but of biases in how they are treated in sports. That's nuts. Scientific American is saying basically that the reason why an WNBA team can't beat the Lakers is because of societal bias.
What you're saying is not Scientific American says that. An editor for Scientific American says that who no longer has the job. So don't indict a 170-year-old magazine because somebody...
Okay, this is called Scientific American, and they're printing something
because someone enters the cesspool that is social media and then participates in that exchange. So
why can't you
let's talk about science.
Why can't you just say this is not scientific and Scientific American should do better?
That was like a year ago, was it? Which one was a year ago?
I think a year ago women still couldn't beat men in basketball or any other sport. And it wasn't because of society. You don't see a problem here?
It's just biology.
Women might actually have the advantage. You can look into that. Yeah.
I mean, I remember when people used to respect Neil deGrasse Tyson like 10 years ago. It
Yeah.
was a good day when he showed up on a Joe Rogan episode. Now he's just an obvious paid shill who refuses to answer basic questions when it's politically inconvenient. And don't think the trans stuff is the only time where they've tried to expand the definition of
Hey
word.
guys, are women better at basketball? Is that why so many people watch the WNBA? Is that why the only person that people can name a part of the WNBA, at least most people, you know, is Caitlin Clark? Is that why? Just because like there's so many good women's basketball players and everything that are just so much better than men. So much better. They're so much better. Like their peak. Yeah, dude. It's great. It's a great time. Holy crap! I feel like the WNBA is literally being run by Caitlin Clark. Like it would be so much less like unpopular. Like it would be way less unpopular without Caitlin Clark if she decided to just go like quit it because it's weird because like a lot of the WNBA players hate her. Like genuinely, I made a video on it and they hate Caitlin Clark. Like it was insane. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, because she literally keeps to herself. She seems so chill, so nice. And yet they just hate her for being successful or something. Like I think that's just envy. It's probably just envy from the other people, but I don't know.
It's done almost constantly to promote an agenda, For example, racial tension in the 90s and the 2000s was at an all-time low, which is bad because racial tension makes grifters like Al Sharpton or Robin DiAngelo a lot of money, and it helps certain politicians get voted in. So in the 2010s, they invented the term microaggressions and told people that it was deeply racist to ask a person where they're from.
What? Oh, you can't even see it. I'm so sorry. I keep doing that. I apologize. All right, so these are the two people that they were talking about.
Tried to expand the definition of words. It's done almost constantly to promote an agenda. For example, racial tension in the 90s and the 2000s was at an all-time low, which is bad because racial tension makes grifters like Al Sharpton or Robin DiAngelo a lot of money, and it helps certain politicians get voted in. So in the 2010s, they invented.
To be honest with you, I truly thought that racism is at an all-time low right now, to be honest. I mean, like, I don't know any privilege that a black man doesn't have that a white man does. You feel me? In fact, there actually might be some stuff, at least, let me phrase it. There's some stuff, social media wise at least, that black people might have over white people. Um, aka if they say the N-word, it's obviously fine. But if a person says the N-word even as a joke for a white man, instantly canceled. Just straight up just canceled. It's insane to me. Like truly. I don't know what to say about that. The biggest streamers, from what I'm aware of, like Kai Cenat, Speed, and I forget the other person. But they're a part of AMP, I'm pretty sure as well. Um, those are like the top 3 streamers, and they're black. So I don't know what else to say. You feel like
Invented the term microaggressions.
I don't know.
And told people that it was deeply.
Maybe in like court of law, like maybe some judges have like I don't know. I'm trying to understand why people think there's still like a lot of racism in America right now. I truly can't. Like maybe because I don't know anything about that much of a court of law. I don't have that much knowledge about that, so I can't really put my head on that. But shoot,
Racist to ask a person where they're from.
what? Wait, let me go back. I'm sorry. What?
Get voted in. So in the 2010s, they invented the term microaggressions and told people that it was deeply racist to ask a person where they're from.
It's racist. It's racist. Even if like even if it's like meant as a completely innocent question, or even if like they talk in a completely different accent whatsoever, it is seen as racist to ask where someone's from. Really? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Okay.
Which didn't really stick, but
even though that's one of that's one of the most common it's one of the most commonly asked questions when you meet someone. Like that's probably top 10, like straight like top 8, sorry.
What did stick is that stereotype.
Like what's your name? What yeah, what's your name? And where you from? I think that's like probably the top 3. What's that question?
Became racist, and since the 2010s, if you say things like certain races, like certain
wait.
person voted in.
Sorry,
so in the 2010s, they invented the term microaggressions and told people that it was deeply racist to ask a person where they're from, which didn't really stick. But what did stick is that stereotypes became racist, and since the 2010s, if you say things like certain races, like certain types of food, you're basically Hitler now. But
damn. And I'm not gonna lie, he has a point there, though, definitely, because that actually, yeah, that's actually how a lot of people think, and I'm pretty sure that is how I used to think, and now I'm just like, that is so stupid, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't like fried chicken at all. At least most, it tastes too oily and stuff like that. But guys, if you see a ton of black people eating fried chicken, right? And the same thing with Asians too. Does that mean a lot of people of that, certain race Like fried chicken? Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I truly couldn't tell. Is that what that means? No. No, it can't be. It can't be that. No, it can't be true.
But before this time, stereotypes were never considered racist, which is why jokes like this in Family Guy existed, despite the creator being very on the left.
I too will be abstinent. I'll be as untouched as the turn signal in an Asian woman's car.
How much
No fucking way.
signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Dive.
And by definition, stereotyping is not racist because traditionally when I was a kid, before the term was expanded, we were taught that racism required the belief that other races were inferior to your race.
Less.
Which then
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, so a lot of people that are white might get canceled for this. So I'm gonna say it. If you say the N-word as a white person, I don't think that makes you racist. I don't think that had to be a point that I had to say, but yeah, I don't think so. Maybe I think before I did, again, I think that was incredibly stupid by me. But to be fair, I was like 14 or so at that time. So
means that those inferior races deserve to be dehumanized and have freedom stripped away or violence done to them. Saying that Indian street food should probably have better hygiene standards is not racist.
it's not racist, and it's not wrong, bruh. It's not wrong either. There's a reason why stereotypes are stereotypes. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
That certain races are inferior because their brains are smaller and therefore they should be treated as lower class citizens is racist. There's an important difference. And just like the word racism, they've changed the definition of a ton of words. Like
Guys, we're learning about racism today. We're learning about actually like proper racism today. Guys, oh my gosh. Isn't this very informational? Guys, make sure to like the video. Because it's very informational.
Immigrant or rights to include a vast number of things that they didn't
Or
include
subscribe
before.
to for more informational content.
And the final thing that these changes of wording and definitions are designed to do is destroy traditional ideas that work and turn everyone into useless people who will follow and do whatever they're told because they can't do anything for themselves.
Like a mindless shell. Just a mindless hollow person that just looks at something with no basis, like with no evidence of their own or anything. Just like, yeah, this person's racist. Yeah.
Most people don't realize this, but
Just like the Sydney Sweeney thing with the ad and then calling her a Nazi for an ad. How is she a Nazi? Can anyone explain that to me? I would really love to hear it. Yeah, how is it?
the vast majority of our success is due to just copying what other people have done in the past. This process is so ingrained in the way that we think, and so commonly leads to the correct answer or the correct behavior, that it's kind of funny to point out when it causes people to do things that make no logical sense.
Let me show you something. This is a normal harbor in Iceland. And as you can see, the edge line is painted yellow and the box is gray. Let's see another harbor. Yellow line, gray box. And when I was young and stupid, I was hired by my hometown harbor to paint one of those lines yellow. And because I was young and stupid, I did everything I could to make the job easier, like putting the paint can on the box while I was painting. And as you would expect, I bumped into the paint can, spilling yellow paint all over the gray box. So again, me being young and stupid, I just painted the box yellow, thinking nobody's gonna notice. And here's that box today. Yes, they keep painting it yellow. And as I showed you at the start, it's not every harbor that does this, just this one. And it's actually been so long that they probably don't even know why they paint the boxes yellow. It's just something they do now.
Welcome to human nature.
Honestly, I mess with it.
We have a giant set of effective
It's like
learned
SpongeBob.
behaviors that most people don't understand. They just do them because that's what's always been done. This actually describes most of your behaviors. So the goal of someone who is trying to destroy
It's
things
a
is
habit. Yeah, just a habit.
to confuse and replace these effective traditions or passed down behaviors with something else that is broken and not effective. This
It's
is why
effectively the culture now. Yeah.
they try to force you to say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, or why they try to ruin Halloween by saying that wearing a costume is offensive cultural appropriation.
That's crazy.
They're trying to erase traditions that bring people together.
Yeah.
This is also why authoritarian regimes try to get rid of things like Christian churches. Forget whether you believe in God or not. You want to
Really?
know one of the biggest factors destroying the family right now? It's not because of hypergamous female nature or passport bros. It's because people stopped going to church. Church is a place that people go to on a regular basis to share values and socialize with their local community, which these days is almost unheard of, as everyone's social activity now occurs mostly through the internet.
Honestly, you could be right about that. I don't know that much though. And a lot of times I can't go to the gym. I'm in to the to a church. So I try my best to go on Sunday, but there's stuff that happens. But he honestly might be he might be right about that.
You're also around a bunch of marriage-minded people who can help you through tough relationship issues instead of your idiot single friends who push you to break up or divorce.
That is if it's actually like really good church. I see a lot of churches now. It's weird because a lot of people identify as Christian and yet they don't date to marry. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah.
At any slight insult. And you're around a community whose base values are forgiveness and helping others. The God stuff doesn't matter. This is what matters, and it's why authoritarians hate and constantly shit on religion.
Well,
and
I think
try to
I
replace
think
it with
they
worship
both
of
matter,
the
but-
government. To the extent
Oh, that's definitely true though. Yeah, worship of the government. Yeah, that's definitely true. In my opinion at least. Yeah.
where not everyone, but a significant number of the people without religion just end up being a bunch of crazy morons who constantly crash out over people merely disagreeing with them.
Why do you feel the need to do that? Why do you feel the need to do that? Why do you feel the need to tear our posters down?
Because I don't like them.
Why?
That's it.
I think you know
why.
These posters were apparently
Bro, what? Bro, what?
for a Charlie Kirk event. Now, I know nothing about Charlie Kirk outside of him being a conservative,
Yeah,
but
me
this
either.
chick can't even articulate why she doesn't like him, and I feel like every day I see multiples of these ridiculous
I've seen some clips of him where I agree with, but that doesn't mean I agree with everything, of course. So, you know.
crash outs or people acting like it's the apocalypse.
I want to thank all you people out there for voting this individual in. Thanks so much, because guess what? I live in a rural community, and now I know I can't simply leave my house. Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to be underground. You guys...
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Thanks so much.
Conservative, but this chick can't even articulate why she doesn't like him, and I feel like every day I see multiples of these ridiculous crash outs or people acting like it's the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Thank all you people out there for voting this individual in.
Oh, that's it?
Thanks so much, because guess what? I live in a rural community, and now I know I can't simply leave my house.
What?
Thanks so much, guys. I'm going to be underground. You guys won't hear from me again.
So Trump getting into office...
That's what you... Okay. I'm sorry. Whether or not he's a good person or not, I feel like it's you have a lot of ego to think that he's going to care about you alone and go out of his way to go after you as a president. I feel like as a president, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like as a president, you have a lot of stuff to do, right? And so you don't really care that much about opinions of others, like unless if it's like a huge, wide opinion. Like I'm saying, of one individual, you don't really care that much about one individual that much, right? At least from what I know, but you know, like who's the biggest political streamer on the Hassan? Yeah, Hassan. Yeah, Hassan. Has Hassan been talked about at all or anything done to him by Trump? You know, has that happened at all? You know how like he basically supported terrorists, borderline at least. You could argue that he supported terrorists because he had a stream with them or whatever. Did anything happen to Hassan on Twitch or anything like that? No? Oh. Oh yeah, he cares about you though. A random person that he doesn't know on TikTok. And he probably doesn't even know Hassan either. Right. My bad.
Was so monumental that in just a few weeks, it turned everyone in your community into a bunch of dangerous predators who you have to hide from? That's strange because when I step outside my house, it's like nothing has changed.
It's always some white man.
Was that supposed to be scary? Guys, he's really scary. Guys, guys, guys. I was so confused. I just saw this. Hey MAGA, is this what is this what people say to like the people on on the right or conservative? Are the people on the right and are people like that are conservative interchangeable or no?
That's strange because when I step outside my house, it's like nothing has changed.
It's always some white man in my DMs who was just like, if only you didn't.
Why do we always have to talk about race? Always. The first thing I talk really?
Hate on Trump, then maybe I could show you a good time. Stay away from me, white man!
She's that mad. She's that mad. Holy fuck! Like, is this not racist? Is this not racist, guys? That's a genuine question, by the way. Is this racist or not? Because shoot, the stuff that I think should be deemed as racist isn't, and stuff that I think is racist, or sorry, the stuff that I think isn't racist is racist apparently. So I don't know anymore.
But now we have the daily crash out videos, and
maybe I'm just
Democrats being so out of touch that they think that acting like they're on the battle screen of a turn-based RPG will win them votes.
Ain't no
Good
way.
news for Hillary Clinton though, because someone has finally.
Okay, I like that. I liked one of those cosplays though. Wait. This wasn't. This was fine.
Of a turn-based
kind
RPG will win them votes. Good news for Hillary Clinton though, because someone has finally done something more cringe than Pokemon.
I'm saying the cosplay, not the. Unless if that wasn't a cosplay, I don't know. Shoot.
Go to the polls.
It's giving it. So Sigma, main character energy, negative aura points.
I don't know if I should laugh or be creeped out.
So a lot of damage has been done to people's intelligence and wisdom by breaking traditions and changing words. Ultimately, these cultural norms and traditions help you develop your self-concept because a major part of that is created through your experiences with other people. And the big issue is that if you need to make changes for the better and you have a poor self-concept, nothing will happen until you change how you perceive yourself. For example, if you feel like you're a failure and that's how you identify, then you will actually avoid making changes that alter that self-concept.
Yeah.
This applies to things as small as believing that you're the type of person who can't fix things around the house, and to things as big as believing that you're the type of person who cannot lose weight or get a decent job.
Exactly.
Becoming the person who can do those things threatens your identity, so your mind will actively resist it.
It's because thoughts become action. At least a lot of times anyway. If you tell yourself you're amazing and you do stuff to be amazing and become amazing, then obviously you are perceived as amazing. That should just be common sense. Yeah.
This is actually quite an annoying thing that the brain does, but fortunately, once you're aware that you need to change who you believe you are before you will start to make a serious effort, you can actually start making positive changes much faster.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people, like on TikTok especially stuff, they're like look in the mirror every single day and just say you're amazing, you love yourself and stuff like that. Because then you eventually, at least for a lot of people, have like a positive perception on themselves, at least at that point.
You just get used to adopting different mindsets, and
even though it's quote unquote cringe or whatever.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
I hate the term. That was the end of the video. Yeah, I hate the term cringe just because it makes people less likely to do stuff that they feel like they should do. And I feel like you shouldn't be judged on that stuff, especially if it's good for you. You know, but that's just me. Anyways, amazing video, but I think before you sleep, I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing day and goodbye.